the most that you can ever understand is all things are things that you can either connect to or disconnect. Do you like looking at what you're looking at? Do you like feeling what you're feeling? In order to desire to be someone's muse, you will desire to create things that amuse them, that make them feel fabulous. To have someone that believes you're the best that ever existed and is enthralled with you, they project on you. It has never been my desire, in my deepest understanding, knowing to do this. However, it is something that happens when you desire to be a muse versus someone who operates your own system for yourself, for your own spirit's representation of itself in human form. This is a part of the process that I've learned. When you create for yourself, by yourself, because of yourself, in the pleasure of your own self, you create your reality based upon the deepest desires within inside of yourself. These desires will be what you truly enjoy about this life, and you want to magnify them, to expand them. What do you want to see more of in the world? And being really honest and true with yourself, that's really what you want to be more of. So then that's what you take in with your eyes. That's what you receive in ingesting in your brain. You repeat these things in your brain. You take them in like food. When we desire to know what we're about in life, it is a dual understanding. First, you need to understand and know that you are the one and only manager of your existence. Do these things that someone is telling you sit well with you? Do these things make you feel a deep longing for something that you've always wanted? But it might actually kind of shake you up a little bit, because there's a lot of stuff in the way between you and getting to that place. When you're expressing yourself and you're truly desiring to make your own specific spiritual self into this human self known by all things, it brings you into a place of balance, internal security, in a world that wants you to pull from everything else and everyone else. The ultimate living for pleasing of all other things, which is including business and power itself. These are things that I never desired from a point of distributing it, other than just categorizing the internal self. understanding how to have power over oneself sometimes will feel very invigorating within inside of oneself when you have, just like the rest of the human population, learned how to make yourself like a patchwork quilt. You take something from this place and that place and you put it all together, but none of it's actually you. It's all leftovers of somebody else's exciting creation. The only consciousness yourself should ever be tapped into is yourself. And things need to serve you. Food is there to serve what you desire from it. ENYELAH system is here to serve you based upon you desiring to have the best reality creation format, which is you living for yourself, by yourself, because of yourself, in the pleasure of yourself in every lifetime. You creating you, not giving any actual care about caregivers. If they threaten your life, you still don't care. You would rather come out of that human body than give up your own creation abilities for your own pleasure and your own self coming through your soul. If you don't survive the beatings they give you and the threats that they give you, then oh well, you get to go into another human. There is no more succumbing to the domination and the threats to frighten you outside of your own actual purpose for incarnating, which is your deepest soul coming into this human and expressing itself and living in this beautiful form for yourself in its own home. Nobody comes in your home. Like the ones that you live in physically, you have front doors and windows. This one, you do not have front doors and windows. You have cameras that look out everywhere. That's your eyes. And because it moves around, it needs other senses. It needs to understand all the things that are going on around it. It receives food, it receives all these things, and it needs to learn and understand how to work with its environment. Because it is more complex than your simple wood or steel frame with whatever other materials you've decided to insulate yourself from the exterior. Your human being is an insulator from the absolute that exists outside of it. And it's not something that is really known until you have been one that your human being has too many doors. And then you get to the place where no doors, nobody else. This is only for me. This is where ENYELAH system is the best option for you to create your life from. It is not a religious belief system that you are forced to believe this, that, and the other thing, but it is a system that makes you be your purest self in the purest well-being environment. Because when you take on other people's stuff, when you take on the people that raised you, you receive their bad behaviors and the things that put them at dis-ease. So be in ease by only being and creating your pure self. They're not there to help you. They're there for you to really realize that the most important thing you will ever exist as is yourself. Otherwise, you become a copycat of them and then they get 2 human bodies to live in. But they don't take responsibility for you a lot of the time, and if they do, then you're literally a soul that never got to come through your human being because someone else took over yours. And if your soul does start to come through it, it's at war with all of the programs that this other person has placed into your very house. It's like putting you in a house that you're meant for an entire mansion. And then they throw so many walls and so many things and fill it with all kinds of other things that it's smaller than a 400 square foot apartment, 100 meters squared, 150 meters squared. But you're living in a mansion. But somebody else came in and put all of their programs to keep you into that little small spot. And that's what happens in your body when you allow and please others, because you take in their laws and their programs and their ways. ENYELAH system is not about a religious set of values placed upon you. It is about a system that your soul uses to learn it's human and create itself into the human and not pay attention to any other thing. It is a system that reminds you continuously that is this life, that your existence, you do not need to talk to anybody else. You need to transact with all other things in perfect wholeness. And those who transact with you transact in perfect wholeness, and you have the skills and abilities to learn to see who is the transactor that will fit your specific requirements. Are they a person that's going to heat up some old food and give it to you? Or are you the person that requires a 5-course meal, all fresh, everything that came from the garden kind of situation? Or are you the kind of person that those things don't really matter, but you do still want a 5-course meal and it doesn't matter where the food came from? But it does matter. But does it matter to you? You support with your money, your time, your presence, your energy, whatever, in this reality that you're in. If you enjoy the place that you go to work, don't let anybody in the whole world tell you that that is not the best option for you. If you love it, you love it. If you want something more, then learn how to create more things. It doesn't mean that that's not the thing for you. If you absolutely think that this existence is the most beautiful, wonderful thing, then it will be, because you're going to bring the most wonderful, beautiful things into your existence. The things that make you feel like, yeah, this is why I do this. This is why I get up every morning and are really wowed with existence. Being yourself is the only way that you combat all of the other stuff. Everything from others' ideas trying to invade your own head and coming in through like they're talking to you right there, because you are so powerful that you can remind yourself of their spirit, even if you've only spoken once. It's how tuned you are, how powerfully you attract other people, is really how intense that will be for you. Whether it's just you feel like the person's nagging you, or whether you feel like all the people that you've seen in a day or known in the last year have these intense opinions on how your life should be and how you should really act, what you should be wearing and how you should be a better person. You will tear yourself apart. The more attractive you are, the more you desire these things, the more they will come into you and crowd your mansion into a 150 square meter apartment. Do you want to live freely within inside of yourself? Then the only thing you will ever actually require is to receive your own consciousness, that you continue to build your own spirit that has always been, and then to commit into the deeper aspects of what has been created and create more within ENYELAH system, which is a new level of time and space. It's infinite. It's beyond time itself, because it continues. It is ENYELAH. It's a space that reminds you continuously to create for yourself. It is not a you need to like daisies, but remember roses. Ooh, those roses. No, it's if you love roses, you love roses. And the same person who has actually decided to implement themselves in ENYELAH system will look at daisies like daisies are the thing. And because the two of you are on totally different paths, one of you can cultivate all the roses in the world, and the other one can cultivate all the daisies and create new forms of daisies. And the both of you coexist in this world in ways that are, oh wow. Because you have transaction to work with different florists, and the florists need each of your items that you so passionately create. So it is not who wants this and who wants that. When each soul in their purest form truly desires what they desire, then they will create exactly what they want for their life. And if you want to see roses on your table every single day, then you will contact the florist to make sure that that is delivered to your house weekly. And if you're a person who likes to mix bouquets, then you do that. Then you do what makes you the happiest, not what has been told. What truly, when you look at it, just gives you that sense of, I know I'm alive. I know I'm alive. I can feel it when you look at that thing. When you look at even possibly my image, it makes you think and feel a lot of things. It's because I am not reflecting my personal experience on you. I'm sharing with you things that are beyond time, something that the depth of you has been desiring to connect with you, but it doesn't even know left from right, up from down, because you're telling it to gather information from other beings so that you can fit into all of their molds. To actually truly create the purest version of you. It might take a little bit. And that's really why you want to implement yourself into ENYELAH. It's a deep place that is such a pure form of me and powerful form of myself that you may never meet me in this lifetime, and yet you will have all the principles through your own connection with your own soul and your own deep and understanding. You will listen to my content to get more insight, because what I put out will always give you greater clues on, oh yes, okay, I can see that, or I'm not at that spot quite yet. That's fine. Those who are truly, deeply, profoundly at the end of themselves every single day, and they want more of themselves, and they don't want to keep doing the things that they keep looking at and they keep going to, and the habits and the behaviors of their life, they are deciding their own intervention. That's the people that usually, that's the people. If you are that people, having a conversation with me might seem daunting, because I'm not going to feed you with information of who you should be. You choose. You won't get things that you should try and be and do to please me. I will be only myself, and you are available when you purchase this conversation to speak. You will see exactly and know exactly what you will have to do for yourself. I do not offer suggestion. I merely point out what I see when you're just being yourself. Whatever that looks like, however little of you comes through, I personally want to have a conversation with the most authentic part of you. But whatever can come through, that's what I will have a conversation with. Authenticity is what I seek from you. So that is my framework. When you want to be authentically your purest self, having a conversation with me, you will tune to that. And then if you choose the system, it will continue to remind you how to just be yourself, not the other stuff, not the other people. To do it in a more profound and quick fashion that makes more logical sense. You'll know what to do. I don't offer much other than desiring to talk to your most authentic, pure self in the form that you show up in when you have purchased that conversation or that service from me. Because the rest of your spiritual self, I will not be having a conversation with. Because you will have to have somebody strong enough to make you turn inwards. Because everybody else on this planet is trying to have conversations with you and manipulate you and take you and turn you and make you all kinds of different things. I'm not talking to you in those places. I refuse it. To have a conversation with me, you will require to share it through your physical self with physical manifestation of our conversation happening. be reminded of what power is. And you will start to understand inside of yourself how much it took to get to this place. One way to have a conversation with me, it's ENYELAH.com. .ca/.com. Remember, take the most intention within the depth of who you are and look at it with how you act, walk, talk, move, think, behave, and you will see how truly authentic you are. The authenticity will always come out with me because that's all I've ever desired. And if that authenticity doesn't match your image, you've got some work to do. For me, everyone has work to do on themselves. It is your commitment to that continual authenticity that is required in order for you to even desire a conversation with me. You will always be what you decide, and you will always be your authentic self. Where are you programming the depths of your being with your life that you live today? Are you taking the depths of your soul and creating something you're proud of? Are you creating something that you want all of humanity to work with? If you want every person to behave like you, then you're doing the right thing. And if you would not like that everyone would behave like you, then you need to adjust yourself accordingly.